Shalom Yasharallah. Kal Halal Yahweh Bashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. I'm King Obadiah, bringing to the elect of Israel the Most High's truth. Today's lesson is dealing with the 7 seals, the 7 trumpets, and the 7 vials of wrath of the Most High. So that's what I'm getting ready to teach on. And I'm going to go straight to the scriptures and bring it out. I'm going to explain to you, according to scripture, what the 7 seals, the 7 trumpets, and the 7 vials of wrath is all about. So let's bring it out. Starting at Revelation 5. Revelation 5, verse 1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. Revelation 5, verse 1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne. Him that sat on the throne is the Most High Almighty Yahweh. Okay, and you find that out in Revelation chapter 4. So that's who's sitting on the throne. A book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. Okay, this is the book that's written within, which is the scriptures. And this is the backside that's sealed with 7 seals, which is the book of Revelation. Now, if you read on down, if you keep reading on down Revelation chapter 5, you're going to find out that after Yahushua was slain, then he got power to open the 7 seals. So let's deal with the 7 seals now. Revelation chapter 6. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse. Okay, so the white horse is the first seal. And he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Okay, so the first seal is Alexander the Greek, bringing Esau into power. This is Alexander the Greek going forth, conquering and to conquer. And this is Esau coming into power. And that's the first seal. And when he opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Okay, the second seal is both the ancient Grecian and Roman empires combined. Ancient Greece and ancient Rome, those two are the second seal. And when he opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Okay, the black horse is the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Illuminati coming into power. That's the black horse. Okay, and he had a pair of balances in his hand. Okay, that's one balance in each hand. So he's balancing 2 balances. What that's talking about is the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, financing both sides of the war. They finance both sides of World War I and World War II. That's the balances in his hand. Okay, so Revelation 6 verse 5 is the Illuminati bloodlines coming into power. Now let's deal with verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Okay, after the Illuminati bloodlines come into power, that's when they set up their central banking, the central banking systems, the central banking cartels. In America, the central bank is the Federal Reserve. Okay, so they set up national central banks And they also set up international central banks. Okay, and on top of that, they also have the World Bank and they have the IMF. Okay, so this is the Illuminati ruling the planet, okay, with their central banks and the World Bank and the IMF. And they have other organizations as well. So in Revelation 6, in the third seal, in chapter 6, verse 5, is the Illuminati bloodline coming into power. The Rothschilds, okay, the Rockefellers coming into power. And in verse 6, after they come into power, they set up their central banking cartels, okay, both national and international. So let's go to the fourth seal. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed with him, and power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Okay, the fourth seal is Esau's, is talking about right now. Right now, the fourth seal is talking about Esau's beast ruling system. Okay, it's talking about Esau ruling the planet, okay, with the European Union, with the United Nations, okay, with the Council on Foreign Relations. I mean, he rules the planet with all this, and he has other organizations as well. This is talking about Esau's beast ruling system, and it's also talking about America, who does the dirty work, okay, and really is the enforcer for the beast system, for Esau's beast system. So America does the dirty work for Esau's beast system. And it's also talking about America as well. And this is dealing with the fourth seal. The fourth seal is Esau's beast ruling system, and it's also America, which does the dirty work of the beast, Esau's beast system. And when he opened the fifth seal, so now we're on the fifth seal, seal number 5. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High and for the testimony which they held. Okay, those that were slain in the fifth seal for the word of the Most High, those that were slain are the Native Indians, the American Native Indians, okay, and the Taino Indians in South America, okay, and the southern tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi in the transatlantic slave trade. Those are the ones that were slain. And we're still in the fifth seal. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Most High, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? Okay, so the Native Indians, the Taino Indians, and the southern tribe of Israel that was slain by Esau in order to take over, all of North America, well, they're in the spirit world crying for vengeance, crying to the Most High for vengeance. And that is what Revelation 6, verse 10 is talking about in the fifth seal. And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet a little season until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. Okay, key words in the fifth seal. The key words is should be fulfilled. Okay, and that goes back to Luke 21:24. Let's go to Luke 21 and 24. Okay, Luke chapter 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Key words, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So let's break this down. Luke 21, verse 24. And they, the 12 tribes of Israel, shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive, led into slavery, into all nations, okay? All heathen nations, all Gentile nations. And Jerusalem, the 12 tribes of Israel, shall be trodden down. That means ruled over harshly with slavery and oppression. Jerusalem, the 12 tribes of Israel, shall be trodden down, ruled over harshly with slavery and oppression. Shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, okay, of the Gentile nations. That means we're going to be ruled over harshly of the Gentile nations. Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Until the times, until the rulership of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Okay, now that rulership of the Gentiles was fulfilled 12/21/2012, marked by the Mayan calendar, which is backed up in 1 Chronicles 12, verse 32. Okay, so the end of the times of the Gentiles was 12/21/2012. So let's read this one more time. Luke 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times, rulership of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Now let's go back to the fifth trumpet in Revelation 6. And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little while until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. Okay, that goes back to Luke 21:24. Now, that's talking about Israel being in tribulation. This is talking about Israelite tribulation under Gentile rulership. And we're still in tribulation, but the Gentiles, the end of their rulership was officially ended 12/21/2012. But we're still in tribulation. Now, if you go to Matthew 24, it's going to tell you immediately after Israelite tribulation, the elect of Israel gets salvation. So now let's go to the next seal. Okay, we're going to go through this. I'm going to read the fifth seal one more time because I had to explain everything. I had to explain some stuff in it. So we're going to read the fifth seal one more time. Okay, Revelation 6 and the fifth seal. And when he opened the fifth seal, I saw on the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High and for the testimony which they held. Okay, the Native American Indians, the southern tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi in the Atlantic slave trade, transatlantic slave trade, and the Taino Indians in South America. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Most High, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? Okay? All these Israelites that were slain are in the spirit world, crying to the Most High for vengeance. And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season. Okay, that little season is talking about Gentile rulership. The end of the times of the Gentiles. It's talking about Gentile rulership. That's the little season. Until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. Okay, and that should be fulfilled goes back to Luke 21:24, until the end of the times of the Gentiles, marked by the Mayan calendar, 12/21/2012. Now let's go to the sixth seal. And I beheld when he opened the sixth seal. And lo, there was a great earthquake, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth. And the heaven departed as a scroll, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Okay, that's talking about Hamashiach Yahushua. Hide us from the wrath of Hamashiach Yahushua of Israel. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Okay, so this verse is saying the sixth seal is Hamashiach Yahushua of Israel returning to take up his elect. That's the sixth seal. Okay, and you still got one more seal to go after that. So understand this, Israel. Okay, from the first seal, which is Alexander the Greek, going forth conquering and to conquer, which is Esau coming into power, all the way to the sixth seal, which is the return of Hamashiach Yahushua of Israel. From the first seal to the sixth seal, okay, that's tribulation to Israel. That's all tribulation. None of that is Jacob's trouble. It's all tribulation. From the first seal, Esau coming into power, to the sixth seal, Hamashiach Yahushua returning to take up his elect. All tribulation to Israel. Now, after Hamashiach Yahushua returns in the sixth seal, this is what's going to happen. Revelation chapter 7. Okay, from verse 5 all the way down to verse 8 deals with the 144,000 elect kings of Israel. Okay, and verse 9 deals with the one-third princes of Israel, along with the men of Israel, okay, that's raised from the grave. So this great multitude, okay, in verse 9, in Revelation 7, verse 9, the great multitude of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues stood before the throne and before the Lamb, okay? The only people that's going to stand before the Lamb are Israelites. Those are the only people that's going to stand before the Lamb. So this great multitude is dealing with really the men of Israel. First, it's dealing with the 144,000 elect men. It's also dealing with the one-third elect men, which are princes, and it's also dealing with the men who are raised from the grave. Now, it's at the same time, it's also dealing with the whole nation. It's dealing with the men of Israel. It's dealing with the women, the children, the babies of Israel. But in Revelation 7, from verse 5 all the way to verse 9, first and foremost, this is dealing with the men of Israel. Okay, and these men are getting ready to go to war with Esau. So that's what Revelation 7 is about. And this is after the sixth seal. Okay? Remember, in Revelation 6, the sixth seal was opened and Yahushua returned. Okay? And in Revelation 7, he's preparing his men for war, his elect men for war. Okay? In Revelation 7, from verse 5 all the way to 9. Now let's go deal with the seventh seal. And this is before he even opens the seventh seal. Now we're going to deal with the seventh seal. And when he opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour. And I saw 7 angels which stood before the Most High, and to them were given 7 trumpets. Okay, so the seventh seal is after Hamashiach Yahushua returns and sets up his men okay, the 144,000 elect and the 1/3, and sets up his men for war. Then he opens the seventh seal. Now watch this, okay? And I saw the 7 angels which stood before the Most High, and to them were given 7 trumpets. Okay, so this is the 7 trumpets getting prepared to be sounded off. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar, and cast it into the earth, and there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. So that's what's going to happen in the 7th seal. Voices and thunders and lightnings and an earthquake. And the 7 angels which had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. Okay. So I'm going to go through this one more time. The 6th seal pretty much explains to you when Jacob's trouble is going to pop off. Jacob's trouble is actually the 7 trumpets. The 7 trumpets is Jacob's trouble. The 7 trumpets don't go off till after Hamashiach Yahushua returns in the 6th seal. Okay, he takes up his elect, he prepares his men for war, then he opens the 7th seal after he prepares his men for war. And when he opens up the 7th seal, that 7th seal prepares the 7 trumpets to be sounded. So that's the order. And this is according to the book of Revelation. So let's deal with the seven trumpets. And the seven angels which had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. Now this is Jacob's trouble. This is what you Israelites do not want to get stuck down here in. See, when I tell Israelite women, when I tell the Israelite women that you don't want to get stuck down here in Jacob's trouble, when I tell that to you Israelite women, when I say that, I say that knowing that this is what's going to pop off, okay, in Jacob's trouble. These 7 trumpets is what's going to happen to the 2/3 of Israel, and these 7 trumpets represents Jacob's trouble. So when I tell you women, you Israelite women, that you don't want to get stuck down here, these 7 trumpets is what I'm talking about. So let's see what's going to happen. And the first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth, and the 3rd part of the trees was burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. So a 3rd part of the trees is going to burn up, and green grass is going to burn up with the first trumpet. Now what that means is the animals, it's going to force the animals out of their habitat. It's going to force these wild animals out of their habitat. And on top of that, it's probably going to knock these animals out of the zoo as well. So the bottom line is this: these animals, once they come out of their habitat and they're in the streets, they're going to chase down Edomites. The Most High is going to put the spirit on these animals to chase down Edomites and maul them and eat them in the streets. Okay? And mostly these animals are going to go for these Edomites, but you know, it's possible that it could also happen to you Israelite women that are stuck down here as well. It's going to be brutal out here. Okay? And this is the first trumpet. The animals are going to come out their habitat, and they're going to start chasing people down and eating them. And that's the first trumpet. And the second angel sounded, and as it were, a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the 3rd part of the sea became blood. And the 3rd part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and the 3rd part of the ships were destroyed. the second trumpet, and the third part of the sea and the third part of the sea life is destroyed. So he's taking away water off the earth. That's what he's doing. When he's destroying a third part of the sea, he's taking water away from the earth. He's taking water away, and he's also destroying the food. Okay, he's destroying he's destroying, you know, like the seafood, the fishes, and he's taking water from the earth. So what he's actually doing is diminishing the food supply. Okay? Now let's get to the third angel. And the third angel sounded, this is the third trumpet, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp. And it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of water. And the name of the star is called Wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. Okay? This is the Most High taking a third part of the water off the earth. Now, before he's destroyed the third part of the sea, now he's destroying the third part of the water supply, you know, to the population, to the human population. He's destroying a third part of the water supply. Okay? And that means there's going to be less water to drink. Okay? Less water to drink, less food to eat. So he's destroying the water and the food supply. That's what he's doing with wormwood. Okay, and the water's going to be undrinkable, and men are going to die because the water is undrinkable. Okay, and this is in the third trumpet. Okay, so the third trumpet is going to destroy the fountains. It's going to destroy the rivers. It's going to destroy the lakes. It's going to destroy the reservoirs. It's going to destroy the place where water is stored so that the population can have a drink. It's going to destroy that too. A third part of that is going to get destroyed. Now understand this. When the water gets destroyed, the food gets destroyed. Now, what that means is 2/3 of Israel that's stuck down here in Jacob's trouble is going to have a lot less to eat. And what's going to happen is they're going to start eating their babies. Okay? Israelite women are going to start boiling their babies, and they're going to eat their babies because there ain't going to be no food. And after the Israelites, after 2/3 of Israel are done eating their children, and there ain't no more children to eat, they're going to go for you Edomites. Okay? You Edomite white people, you're going to be next on the menu. Okay? Within the first 3 trumpets, the Most High is destroying the food and the water supply down to 1/3 within the first 3 trumpets. Okay? When he destroys the water, he's destroying the food. And when he does that, a lot of people are going to go hungry. Okay? And that's when the race wars are going to pop off, and that's when people are going to start killing each other over a can of beans. Now, you Edomites are going to have Israelites come in your house and slaughter out your whole family just so they can get the bite to eat. It's going to be so bad down here that people are going to kill each other just to get 1 ounce of water to drink. 1 ounce of water is going to cost somebody their life. Okay? That's how bad it's going to get down here. Now, on top of that, when there ain't no more food to eat, okay, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the 2/3 of Israel, they're going to start chasing you Edomite white people down. They're going to chase you down the street and chop your head off, okay? And they're going to chop your body. They're going to chop your body parts off, okay? And they're going to put them in a duffel bag, okay? And they're going to take your body parts home to their family, okay? And the Israelite wife, she's gonna slice you and dice you and cook you and eat you. Okay? And that's what's gonna happen to you Edomites when the food runs out. When you take food and drink and water, when you take water and drink and food away from the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that's down here, they're going to go after you Edomites, and they're going to kill you, and they're going to eat you. They're going to chop your body parts up. They're going to slice you, dice you, cook you, and eat you. That's what they're going to do when they get hungry enough. And remember, these Israelites did it to their own kids before they did it to you Edomites. So what's going to happen is the black man, the so-called black man is going to chase the white man down, okay? And he's going to chop the white man's head off, okay? And he's going to chop his body parts up, and he's going to put it in a duffel bag, and he's going to take that body parts home to his wife. And his wife is going to say, "What you got there?" Okay? And the black man is going to say, "I got me some fresh white meat." Okay? And he's going to give it to his wife, and she's going to slice you and dice you and cook you and eat you for dinner. Okay, you Edomites. You're going on the black man's dinner table, Esau. That's the bottom line. When these trumpets go off, you Edomites are going on the black man's dinner table. Okay? And they're going to make dishes. They're going to make dishes like red devil stew. Red devil stew is going to be made. Okay? And Edomite linguine, that's going to be made too. Okay? And they're also going to make the house special, Caucasian casserole. Okay? They're going to slice and dice and chop you Edomites up and cook you for dinner when they get hungry enough. Now, and that's in the first 3 seals. Salakia, that's in the first 3 trumpets. So let's go to the 4th trumpet. And the 4th angel sounded, and the 3rd part of the sun was smitten, and the 3rd part of the moon, and the 3rd part of the stars. So as the 3rd part of them were darkened, and the day shone not for a 3rd part of it, and the night likewise. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, "Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth." The inhabitants are the Israelites. "Woe, woe, woe to the Israelites of the earth by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the 3 angels which are yet to sound." Okay, so the 4th trumpet is the 3rd part of the sun not shining, the 3rd part of the moon not shining, okay, and the 3rd part of the day not shining, okay, and the 3rd part of the night not shining. Okay, what that means is it's going to get darker in the earth. When that 4th trumpet is sounded, it's going to get darker in the earth. It's going to get harder to see. Okay? And for you Edomites, it's going to be hard for you to see these black and brown Israelites creeping up on you, coming to put you to death. It's going to be harder for you to see them. Now, let's get to the 5th trumpet. And remember, it says in Revelation 8, verse 13, "Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants, to the Israelites of the earth by reason of the other voices of the trumpets of the 3 angels." There's 3 more trumpets, so let's get to these 3 trumpets. Also, the 5th angel sounded. Okay, this is Revelation 9. Revelation 9, verse 1. "And the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth." Okay? The 5th trumpet is locusts. Okay? Locusts upon the earth. Now let's go to Exodus 10. We're going to go to Exodus 10 and 4. And we're going to understand that the Most High is going to punish is going to punish you Edomites the same way he punished the Egyptians. Exodus 10, verse 4. Exodus 10 and 4. Else, if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locusts into thy coast. Okay, so these are locusts, and that's in Exodus 10, verse 4. Now let's go back to the fifth trumpet in Revelation 9. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth. What the Most High did to the Egyptians in Exodus 10, he's going to do to you Edomites in Revelation 9, in the fifth trumpet. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power. So we're going to find out what these locusts are all about. As the scorpions of the earth have power, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of the Most High in their foreheads. So this verse is talking about the immortal Israelites are going to be down here, at the same time during these 7 trumpets. We're going to be down here. And to them it was given that they should not kill them. Okay, not kill the 2/3 or the heathens. So why are the 2/3 and the heathens not getting killed in the 5th trumpet? But that they should be tormented 5 months. This is 5 months of torture. 5 months of full-blown torture. That's why they're not getting slaughtered in the 5th trumpet. Okay? The heathens and 2/3 of Israel ain't getting slaughtered in the 5th trumpet because they're getting tortured for 5 months. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, the 2/3 and the heathen nations, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Okay, these 5 months of torture proves that the Israelites, that the elect of Israel is still going to be here. We're going to still be here, on the planet. We're going to still be here because of those 5 months of torture. Okay, you got 7 trumpets, and you got 5 months of torture. 5 months of torture in 1 trumpet. That tells you flat off, right off the bat, that the Israelites are going to be here for at least 7 months. And when I say the Israelites, I'm talking about immortal Israel. I'm talking about the 144,000 supermen, okay, and the 1/3 immortal soldiers, okay, and the men, the immortal soldiers of Israel. And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Okay, this is what that verse means. These scorpions, not the scorpions, but these locusts, they're going to have stingers, and when they sting, they're going to paralyze, they're going to paralyze the host. They're going to sting, and they're going to paralyze you, okay, if you're stuck down here. And after they paralyze you, they're going to, with their stingers, who knows what they're going to do with their stingers. But whatever they do is going to hurt. So not only are you going to be paralyzed, but they're going to be stinging you with their stingers, and it's going to hurt bad, really bad. And it's going to be full-blown torture. Now, when it says men shall seek death, and death shall flee from them, what it means is this. While these scorpions are torturing them, they're going to try, the heathens, okay, are going to try to blow their brains out. What's going to happen is they're going to blow their brains out, and the Most High ain't going to let their spirit leave their body. So they're going to blow their brains out, and they're going to have to just stay on the floor with the brains blown out. And they're going to have to feel all of it. Okay, so you got a heathen that's being tortured by these locusts. They blow their brains out, but the spirit doesn't leave their body. So they're just going to lay on the ground with the brains blown out, and they're going to feel all of it. Okay? You got other heathens going to try to hang themselves. They're going to hang themselves and they ain't going to die. Okay? And the only relief they're going to get is if somebody finds them and cuts them down. You got other heathens that's going to jump off of 10-story buildings, you know. They're going to jump off of a 10-story building or whatever. Okay? Trying to kill themselves, trying to ease the pain from these locusts biting them. Well, they're going to try to ease the pain. They're going to jump off a 10-story building, and they're going to break every bone in their body. They're going to crush their skull, okay? And they're just going to flatten themselves like a pancake. But their spirit still ain't going to leave their body. They're going to have to stay down there with every bone in their body broken and their skull, you know, busted wide open. And they're just going to have to lay there for 5 months. Okay? Because the spirit ain't going to leave their body and he ain't going to let them die. It's going to be full-blown torture. This is the kind of stuff that's going to happen. And that's what he's talking about when he says, and in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. They're going to blow their brains out. They're going to hang themselves. They're going to jump off of buildings, and they still ain't going to die. Okay? They're going to lay on the ground with their brains blown out. They're going to lay on the ground with every bone in their body and their skull bashed open. Okay? And they're going to suffer for 5 months while these locusts are still biting the heck out of them. 5 months of full-blown torture. Now let's see what these scorpions are going to be. What these not scorpions. Let's see what these locusts are going to be like. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle. And on their heads were, as it were, crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. And they had breastplates, as it were, breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. Okay, 5 months of torture, 5 full-blown months of full-blown torture. Okay, these scorpions got stingers in their tails, and they got sharp, razor-sharp teeth. So they're going to be biting. They're going to be biting on the heathens. They're going to be biting them. And they're going to be stinging them with their tails. Biting and stinging. Okay? So, this is how it's going to go down. Okay? Now, while they're doing all this, you know, some people are going to be paralyzed. They ain't going to be able to move. They're just going to have to suffer. Other people, they're going to be able to move a little bit. But at the same time, they're going to try to kill themselves. Well, they ain't gonna be able to kill themselves. They're gonna have to deal with the torture. 5 months of it. So let's keep going. These locusts got breastplates. They got breastplates of iron, which means they got protection. So these scorpions, they ain't gonna be easy. Not the scorpions. The locusts, they got breastplates like iron, which means they're gonna have protection, and they ain't gonna be easy to kill. Now, and they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue we're gonna deal with the Hebrew tongue. His name, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon. One woe is past. That's one woe. Okay, we just dealing with the fifth trumpet. Okay, the fifth trumpet is locusts with sharp teeth and stingers in their tails, and they got breastplates like iron, which means they're going to have protection, and they're going to be hard to kill. And they're going to torture 2/3 of Israel and the heathen nations and Esau and the Edomites for 5 months. And that's what the fifth trumpet is all about. 5 months of full-blown torture by locusts. Now let's go to the sixth trumpet. I spent enough time on this fifth trumpet. Let's go to the sixth trumpet. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before the Most High, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, for to slay the third part of men. Okay, that third part of men is talking about Edomite men. It's talking about the so-called white man. Okay, it's talking about the Edomite white man. That's the third part of men. And I'm going to prove that in a minute. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. That's 200 million. 200 million angels are going to slaughter out the third part of men, which is Esau. Now that third part is actually talking about 2,500,000,000 altogether. By these 3 was the third part of men killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issue out of their mouths. Okay, so Esau, the third part of men, which is 2,500,000,000, is going to get slaughtered out by the angels first, and after the angels, then it's going to be thermonuclear destruction. Let's get that. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Okay, so the sixth trumpet in Revelation 9 verse 14, in Revelation 9 verse 15, and verse 18, the third part of men is killed. Okay, first by angels, by the angels of Yahushua, and second by thermonuclear destruction. The thermonuclear destruction is talking about, is described in verse 19. Verse 19 is the thermonuclear destruction. Verse 18 tells you how Esau is going to get slaughtered. By these 3 was the third part of men killed, by the smoke, by the fire, by the smoke, and by the brimstone. Okay, so fire and smoke and brimstone is going to slaughter Esau out. Now let's go back up to Revelation 9 verse 15, which is in the sixth trumpet, and let's deal with this third part of men. And the 4 angels were loosed for to slay the third part of men. Let's go to Revelation 12 verses 3 and 4. Revelation 12, verses 3 and 4. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. The great red dragon is Esau. Okay? And that color red goes back to Genesis 20. The color red goes back to Genesis 25, where Esau came out red. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. Okay, that's dealing with Esau's beast ruling system, which we already went through and talked about in the 7 seals. And Esau's tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven. Okay, when it says his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, what he's saying, what this verse is saying, is his tail, which is Esau's squiggly wigglies, which is Esau's, stuff. Okay, because the squiggly wigglies, it's got tails. When it's swimming to to fertilize the egg, well, there are tails on the squiggly wigglies. And that's what it's talking about, okay? And the third, wait a minute. Revelation 12, verses 3 and 4. Well, we're on verse 4 now. And his tail, okay, Esau's squiggly wigglies, drew the third part of the stars of heaven, okay? The third part. That's 2,500,000,000 Edomite males. Third part of the stars, okay, the stars are Edomite males of heaven. Okay, heaven is talking about rulership, Gentile rulership. In this case, it's talking about Esau ruling the planet. And did cast them to the earth. Okay, so Esau's tail drew 2,500,000,000 Edomite males and did cast them to the earth. In other words, 2,500,000,000 Edomite males were born into the earth. So let's read this again. Revelation 12, verses 3 and 4 tells you that the third part of men is Edomite men. 2,500,000,000 of them. Revelation 12, verses 3 and 4. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. That word heaven is talking about rulership. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. That's Esau's beast ruling system. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven. Esau fathered 2,500,000,000 Edomite males, and did cast them to the earth. 2,500,000,000 Edomite males were born on the earth. And that's Revelation 12, verses 3 and 4. And that's the third part of men. So let's read this again in Revelation 9. And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before the Most High, saying to the 6th angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared to slay the third part of men. That's 2,500,000,000 Edomite males. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000,000. That's 200,000,000 angels slaughtering Esau out. By these 3 was the third part of men killed. The third part it being Esau, by the fire, by the smoke, and by the brimstone. Okay, so Esau is going to die by fire, smoke, and brimstone. Okay, first in part by the angels, and second in part by thermonuclear destruction, which is mentioned in verse 19. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Okay, so the 6th seal is thermonuclear destruction to Esau. Now we're going to deal with the seventh seal. Did I say the sixth seal? Okay, the seventh the sixth trumpet. I hope I didn't say the sixth seal, man. It's all. You got the seals, you got the trumpets, you got the vials. So let's say it again. This time, make sure I get it right. The sixth trumpet is thermonuclear destruction to Esau. That's the sixth trumpet. Now let's go to the seventh trumpet. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the Most High should be finished, as he hath declared to his servants the prophets. Okay? This is right when the seventh trumpet is about to be sounded. All right? Let's read this again, okay? This is talking about a mystery that's going to be revealed, so to speak. Well, the mystery is, I'm going to tell you what the mystery is, because right now a lot of Israelites have no clue what the mystery is. So I'm going to tell you what the mystery is. Okay? According to Scripture. It's all in Scripture. It's all in Revelation. We're dealing with the seventh angel. We're dealing with the seventh trumpet. This is after Esau's thermonuclear destruction in the sixth trumpet. So we're in Revelation 10, verse 7. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the Most High should be finished, as he hath declared to his servants the prophets. Okay, this is the mystery. All right? This is the mystery that's going to be finished. All right? The mystery is this. The seven trumpets is Jacob's trouble. That's the mystery. Not only is the seven trumpets Jacob's trouble, it is also the beginning of Gentile tribulation. Okay? The seven trumpets is both Jacob's trouble and the beginning of tribulation to the Gentiles. Both of them. That's what the seven trumpets is. That's what the mystery is. Let's read it again. Revelation 10, verse 7. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the Most High should be finished, as he hath declared to his servants the prophets. Okay, this is the mystery. In the six seals, from the first seal to the sixth seal, is from seal number 1, Esau coming into power by Alexander the Greek, going forth conquering and to conquer, all the way to the sixth seal, which is Hamashiach Yahushua of Israel returning to take up his elect. After Yahushua returns, he prepares his army for battle, and then he opens the seventh seal. Okay? And the seventh seal is the beginning of Jacob's trouble, which is the seven trumpets. Not only is the seven trumpets the beginning of Jacob's trouble, it's Jacob's trouble. All seven trumpets is Jacob's trouble. But the seven trumpets is also the beginning of 3.5 years of tribulation to the Gentiles. The 3.5 years of tribulation to the Gentiles is both the seven trumpets and the seven vials of wrath. That's the mystery. That's the mystery of the seven trumpets and the seven vials. The seven trumpets is Jacob's trouble, and the seven trumpets plus the seven vials is 3.5 years of tribulation to the Gentiles before they go in full-blown hardcore slavery. That's the mystery. Revelation 10 verse 7, but in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the Most High should be finished. That's the mystery. I just told you what it is. As he hath declared to his servants the prophets.